Hey everyone, and welcome back to another DanMachi Memoria Freese video. My name is D-Free. Here today. We have some stuff we're going to go ahead and talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new for more content. I command you to do so. Dun dun dun. Anyways, that being said, cringe out of the way. We did have the return of last year's summer characters and their event and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of talk about them because they did go ahead and get character updates. So a lot of them are a lot better now. So we're going to talk about that and kind of explain what they can do after the patches and stuff like that for the characters. Let's go over to the news here. All right, so it should be in the updates tab. Yep, unit adjustments in version 8.0.1. All right, so they kind of talk about here that eyes got updated, which is nice because I actually went really ham on this banner, and I have most of these units maxed out, but I don't have Lufia done, so I think I'm going to go in and pull a couple more copies of Lufia. So we have the Lily, the Lufia, we have the Amid, and we also have, that's it. Okay, so only those characters. I mean, there was the Hestia and stuff like that, so I don't know if they really felt like they needed to do the Hestia, and I think she was the last one. Oh, the Hestia and the Misha. So I guess I didn't really feel like they needed to upgrade those assist characters. But regardless, we'll take a look at what those characters can do now. So, wrong place. Let's come over to the album. And the first one on our list is going to be Swimsuit Eyes, of course, because she is towards the top. I, for these videos, won't really factor in the Hero Ascension. Oh, never mind. So, yeah, I'll factor in Heroes, not Hero Ascension or the combos. Because personally, I still don't even understand how the combos work. Let me know, like, do both characters have to do their ultimate? Is that what I don't get it. I've never done one personally, so there's that. But I'm not gonna really factor that in because it doesn't really determine how good the unit is otherwise. But here are the maxed out stats completely for this character. So let's go back and take a look at her with how things are now. So Ultra Water Water physical attack with temporary strength boost. So very generic. Not really much there except for the water element. Let's go ahead and read Aqua Blade. So, multi-target, mid-water, physical attack, and removes strength buffs except for assist skills. Now, this is very important for this character because water characters are able to have another unit here, or a unit here that can actually remove the opponent's advantages, their buffs, right? So, versus any sort of matchup, like all the... I think at this point, they're probably gearing towards having one of these for, like, every element, but regardless of what element you're running, like there are so many units that get powerful bonuses, right? So being able to remove those is very important. Now this is just strength buffs exclusively and also excluding the assist skill buffs, but regardless, it's still nice. We go ahead and take a look here at Cobalt Edge, which is a high multi-target physical attack for water element with a temporary strength boost and for all the enemies, status buff -1 turn. So this is a move while she's not removing their buffs outright. This also is important because it makes the buffs last one less turn, but also notice it just says status buffs. It's not specifically mentioning a strength buff or anything like that. So again, added viability to this character. And the fact that it has a high multiplier on it too, or modifier on it, excuse me, means that it is going to be doing you a bit more damage as well. So it's a little bit more relevant. We have Aqua Bite here. So mid-physical water attack with temporary strength boost and physical resistance -25% for 2 turns. So that one there, you guys should know how that one interacts. Just physical resistance down. But again, that helps your physical units do more damage anyway. So she does have a couple of combos, but let's take a look at her skills down here. When countering an attack, regular physical attack, a foe with a water element. So she does a water element regular physical attack for her counter. We have the critical damage bonus for this ability. Fire resistance +35%. Now this type of stuff is very good because I believe most, if not all of these water characters, and they should, right? Going based off of elements. I think they all have fire resistance, all the water characters. And fire really was good always, pretty much. But it got a lot better recently with the Crozo and Argonaut. So stuff like that is going to be very helpful. So strength, endurance, and agility, and dexterity, all stats, pretty much, +20%. And she also has status resistance +15%. So she's pretty impressive as a utility unit, right? Not going to be your hardest hitting unit. I think actually the water unit that did the most damage was supposed to be Lufia, which we're going to take a look at here. But she's a utility unit. So let's take a look at Lufia. So here's her max hero ascent and also maxed out complete limit break. All right. So we're going to take a look here. So, okay, so Lufia actually, oh, Lufia has mainly the boss killer mentality. Okay, so she's a single target unit for the most part, but she does at least have one multi-hit unit attack. So, her main is Ultra Water Magic attack with an Ultra Penetration rate with a temporary magic boost. That's pretty busted if that's all targets, man. So I get why that's single target. That would be pretty busted if it was all targets. There's a lot going on there. So another single target ability, High Water Magic attack with a temporary magic boost and magic resist and water resist minus 20% for single enemy. So like this is nuts. Like that's being able to get rid of water resist and magic resistance. It's too much for one ability, right? And she's not the only character in the game that can debuff like a stat and an element like that, but it's quite a bit. Also having access to high water magic attack modifier on that too. Scroll down. She does have that one AoE attack, which is a high water magic attack with a temporary strength boost. Pretty generic, but it'll hit hard at least. And then she also has the Aquatic Ray, which is a mid water magic attack, and she gives herself an 80% magic boost for 4 turns. 4 turn 80% magic boost is so much power. So she's gonna hit really hard. But again, she has that single enemy focus, and those characters aren't bad. They're just good in different modes of content. Like War Game, they're not gonna be as good as they could be. I mean, she'll still be solid because she can at least, you know, hit multiple enemies, and even if she doesn't, she'll still hit really hard. But she's mainly gonna be good for like Record Buster. All right, so combos are there. We take a look at this. She also does the water magic attack with the counter. Critical damage plus 20%. Oh, okay. Her crits will do 20% bonus damage. Fire resistance, and then she also has the magic endurance, agility, and dexterity bonus, and then element resistance too. She's pretty powerful. So the next one on our list is the Lily. This is the Lily, yeah? This is the Lily. Okay. Yeah, she's time limited, so this is Lily. Almost 1800 magic. Okay. All right, so oh, okay. So this is, oh, wow. I can already see she's pretty much the magic version of Eyes, which she might have been prior anyway. I need to look at the before and after changes, but she's the magic version of Eyes. So Ultra Water magic attack with a temporary magic boost. Ultra modifier on that means it's going to hit pretty powerful. What was the modifier in Eyes'? I mean, it's still, regardless, it's still pretty basic. Yeah, Ultra Water physical attack. So at least, I mean, they're pretty much always Ultra anyway, though, so I shouldn't really be impressed. But at least it does have the magic boost. All right, so Calamity Water, multi-target, mid-water magic attack, and removes all magic buffs. So just like the Eyes, like I said, was the strength version. This one is the magic version. So removing magic bonuses. This is going to be really good versus those magic-based teams. So obviously, for the same reasons the previous unit was good with what she did, this one is good here too. So the Water Magic Sword, multi-target, high water magic attack with temporary magic boost and foe's status debuff plus 1 turn. This is the inverse. As opposed to status buff minus 1 turn, their debuffs are plus 1 turn. For example, if you look at Frozen Water, this actually gives a debuff for 3 turns with the magic resistance. So mid-water magic attack with a temporary magic boost and magic resistance minus 20% for 3 turns. If you use that water magic sword afterwards, you're able to prolong that an extra turn. So, and that also would apply to any debuffs any characters have. So again, you can kind of keep them debuffed in a scenario like that for a little bit longer. And she's not the first character to do something like this either. They've been pumping these units out that can do the status buffs and debuffs type of manipulation stuff lately. So it's still nice to see, though. Again, getting older units buffed is nice because what happens is they kind of supersede the changes that have happened as far as power creep is concerned in between. So, like, making them have access to some more modern stuff just flat out makes them, in my opinion, better than units that came out prior to this stuff was introduced. Like, for example, they started introducing these buffs pretty much during the anniversary period, in fact. Or a little bit before, if I recall correctly. But, like, what about the units that came out in, like, February, you know, or, like, January? They're still pretty solid, but, like, they're in a weird spot, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have access to some of this stuff that's more recent. Okay, so combo there. Magic attack with a counter, crit damage, fire resist, Hex 1, again, and ailment resist. They all pretty much have the same skills and development abilities and stuff down there. Pretty much all the same stuff. Okay, so there's no... okay, so there's at least one more adventurer. I'll have to go back and probably look, I think. Last adventure... Oh, a mid. There it is. I know there's one more adventurer. Now, a mid was actually really good. If I recall correctly, she had like a heal ability and things of that nature. She also might have done bonus water damage. So, oh, look at that. Oh, she's balance type. I was like, well, look at all those S's. Double S, double S, double S. All right. Yeah, so there it is. So the first thing I see is her special high HP heal and ailment cure with water attack damage plus 65% for 1 turn. So I think it's actually important to do 2 things when it comes to mid. It's for one, look at Linnae, if that's even how you pronounce her name. She's very good. She does something very similar. Ultra high HP, HP heal. I keep doing high because I'm seeing the H's. Ultra modifier, so it's gonna heal a ton. And light attack damage plus 65%, right? So what those units do is they make it to where, again, the main thing is they're healing you, but it's a support ability, because for that 1 turn, your units go completely insane damage-wise. And like if you have multiple special moves charged, excuse me, and you use them consecutively, like they're gonna do so much damage. And she even heals. Like it could just easily be the attack damage increase. So I think for a mid, it's actually really important to take a look at her before and after, because that's a very new thing that I believe was introduced with the Linnae unit there, or line, however you pronounce it. All right, so wrong button again. One more. Here we go. So again, there's a lot. As you see, there's a lot of changes that some of these units went under. Like they didn't really change eyes too much because she was already pretty good apparently, but before and after for Lily is quite a lot of changes here. Okay, so we're gonna come down and take a look at a mid. So previously she just did heal and ailment cure. See, like that? That's what I'm talking about. So instead of, by the way, this is also different because she's gonna heal you enough, but she has the ailment cure in there too, which is something that the other unit does not have, while still doing the 65% for 1 turn damage bonus. So if you take a look at her flooding water ability, mid water magic attack was pretty much what it was. So what was the change here? It's like, oh, the change here was the MP cost. Oh, I was gonna say, like, this is the same thing. So water resistance down and agility down. Okay, so there's not really much else that changed, so we might as well just kind of go look at the unit. And then they changed some MP at the bottom one, and then also added HP heal instead of just the word heal in there. We'll go back and over here and take a look at the mid towards the bottom. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. All right. So, all right. Mid magic water attack with a water resistance and agility minus 30% for 3 turns. Water resistance down and agility down is a very good combination. For one, I talked about how you can remove their resistances. I believe it was the Lufia unit. And then obviously every unit benefits from that. But also the agility down means that you, in a lot of cases, should be picking up priority with your attacks, right? Your attacks should be getting through a little bit quicker by debuffing their speed. So a nice combination, and the rest of your units should be able to benefit from that personally. All right, so Clear Water Potion, plus 25% HP regen, and water attack damage, plus 35% for 3 turns. This is a crazy ability. This is actually crazy. So all allies, too, they get a 25% HP regen for 3 turns. And water attack damage, plus 35% for 3 turns. Hold on. That regen could be for 1 turn, because there is a break in there, but if it's for 3 turns, that's crazy. But even if it's just for 1 turn, the fact that they're giving you that alongside the attack damage bonus is crazy. And I remember when they introduced attack damage bonuses, those were crazy because that's a different type of like buff you can get. It was always, oh, just strength or magic buffs. Now you can get strength and magic buffs, and then also you can do attack damage buffs. And you also can still obviously have your assist buffs, things like that. That they don't necessarily function the same exact way as far as like stacking and things like that. But you can still have at least both of those things, and then the attack damage buff. And then also you still have the different types of resistances, like the magic resist and then the water resist, like stuff like that, man. And then she heals again. She does a lot of healing, which makes sense because she's a mid, but still. The last one is a heal and remove curse. Like, this is a very good unit. Again, for utility. Magic plus 25, crit, fire resistance, endurance, agility, and dexterity, and then ailment resist. Okay. Yeah, she turned out pretty impressive. Like, in the last couple are just the Hestia and the Misha, I believe. So, like, they're good, but they didn't get, like, a big buff or anything like that. So she does slow resist, it looked like. So, yeah, slow, 60% slow to all enemies, and allies critical rate plus 8%. And that goes to 90 and 10. Wow. That's a pretty high slow number. 90% is pretty freaking high. And where's that Misha at? Should be towards the bottom somewhere. There she is. Slow resistance. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember now. I thought it was so funny when I did my breakdown for these units when they were new. Man, time flies. I was like, wait, one of them does slow and the other one does slow resistance. I was like, that's going to be a fun match. And coincidentally, that never really popped up too much in like Wargame, but like it was still funny. Slow resistance and then agility. So ultimately, they're very good. I don't really think that you should pull much. Like I pulled a little bit here trying to pull Lufia dupes, and I wasn't super successful. In fact, we'll do one just for the video, I guess. But the good news is like the in-between steps do have half price. And we're gonna skip this one because I got unlucky. Yeah, the good thing is that the in-between steps are half price, so that's at least good, right? But I don't think, unless you're obviously set on building a water team, I don't think you should really summon much here. Also, do keep in mind these units are meant to pair with this year's summer units too, which are over here. These year's summer units are pretty much all water units too. So like you can obviously mainly just pair them up and function with some very good water teams. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe if you're new. Today's video like goal was 100 likes, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next DanMachi Memoria Freese video.